I have one solution for it, Jerry. What I can do, so I work on that part also, but I want to confirmation with you. So can I override all the missing images with the new one, like we will call the Google API and replace those images? Since we have only 455, so we can replace it. What
sure.
you are, John?
Override them with which ones?
New one, like we will call the Google API.
How do you have where's, can I see the new one for Panera Bread?
It's all, I will show you. Panera Bread, no?
Just make sure we're not putting some with something.
So, still not this is what is the Google ID associated with it? Let's see the Google ID.
So would you be going back to Google to fetch it? Is that what's going on?
Yes, yes.
I see. So then it would be accurate representation.
Yes, yes. So since we have Google ID associated with it, so I will go to Google and grab the images and.
Okay. But sometimes Google IDs expire also. I don't remember how long they last, but there's also that.
So what I will maintain expired Google ID in the seat also. Then.
Okay. Okay, cool. That sounds great. Sounds like a good solution. So you'll then, yeah, let's use this Panera Bread one as a test. So like when you're ready for me to look at it in production, let me know and then I'll see if it shows up.
Okay, John. Yeah. So I will work on it and I will tell you.
Okay. Fantastic. Thank you, Amine. Thank you. Look like a lot of images. How many? Are there hundreds of images that are missing?
455.
455. Okay.
Yes.
That's not ideal. Okay. Well, I'm glad we're cleaning it up. That's great. Okay. Anything else you have to update?
No, John. Yeah.
Okay.
You can send me a task also if there will be any important things I can do. And Jerry, yesterday so there was one colon missing in my pull request. So I think it was breaking. I think I found it. I saw that you already fixed it.
Okay. Good. Okay. Ismail, let's get your update.
Sure. So yesterday I was working on adding that delay. So I managed to add it to the search component itself. So that means that was using like 15 different places. So now it should just work in all these 15 different places where it would add that delay. I also added it to, but then again, that's not the whole app. So then I had to go add it to the members where I also added it. Looking at it, a 500 millisecond delay was actually pretty good in terms of it gave the user enough chance to type and it wasn't too slow. And AI also recommended it.
Okay.
So I used it. It was pretty smooth. Huh?
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty standard. Half a second.
Yeah. It just gives the user enough time to either stop typing or continue typing or whatever they want to do or deleting. Mm-hmm. So yeah, much better results. And that was so that's that. Now I did switch in some places where we're using lazy query to use query for better performance. In terms of it could potentially cancel out an existing query, even though queries tend to take, not that long. But anyways, long story short, this doesn't have to be done now. I did it in a few places, but it needed to be done in a lot of places. It got a little tedious, and I had other bugs that popped up. So I kind of put that on pause. But overall, we should be in a much better place in terms of those search queries overall. So wherever you use it, there might be still a few spots that need to be addressed. Like I said, I addressed like over 16 yesterday, locations where we are using search. But yeah, if there's anything else that pops up, we will know. Just let me know, ping me where it is, and I'll go and make that fix.
Great.
So that's one part. Now, the other part is when you talked to me about those that text field for on a profile. Remember?
Yes.
Yeah. So there was actually problems with that, as I mentioned. So at the front end code, it looks like there was just a piece of code that got removed that was needed. So I added that back. But then when I added it back, it still wasn't working. So I talked to Jerry. Turns out there was also a backend change that needed to be done to get it to work again. Oh. So Jerry worked on that. he got that working, and I tested it, and now it is back to working. And now he's aware of what is needed with a notification to get that to show. So what that means is the front end is kind of it just has the code that, hey, if I get this parameter, I'll show it. So now Jerry's aware of what that parameter is. So he can add it to any notification that takes us to a profile, and it will show that text.
Okay, so Jerry, have you applied that yet?
What's the for again? Sorry.
So if you get a notification, your friend favorited, you tap on it, it takes you to their that profile that was favorited, and you get to see.
That link. Yeah. I have it only in QA, but I just ran it as a test. What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to update the template in OneSignal, and then also update the code to make sure that we're passing those parameters properly. But that is only like proof of concept in QA.
We've had it live in production before.
Okay, and the reason it broke is because we implemented the templates in OneSignal, and the template wasn't properly configured with the parameters to trigger the text box. That's what it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's, always 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Okay. So how do you get it to play nice with the templates?
It's going to be its own. It's going to be its own like custom data point that the query string will be, and so the query string is going to be like a custom data point, and that way we can still keep it dynamic. We can keep it dynamic and like redirecting the certain actions and all.
Okay. Will you make it a priority for you to see it all the way through and make sure you're testing it and it's working well, because it's a highly engaging a feature if it's working. And I want to apply it everywhere it makes sense. So like let's say you and I are friends, you favorite something, I get the notification, that one's pretty obvious, that's straightforward. Let's say
I think there's an easy way to like identify where you want it. Anything that takes us to a profile should have it, basically, from a friend.
I would think so. Yeah, how do you know that though? From a friend?
Well, anything that has a deep link, because like you're not going to get a notification of your action taking you to the profile that you did. It's always going to be from somebody else's.
That's true.
So anything that navigates us to a profile, whether it's gaming, entertainment, whatever it is, place, it should have those queries, so that you can chat with that person about that topic.
Yeah, that's a good way to approach it. So that way it casts a wide net, Jerry.
Yep.
Okay, because I want it to show as much as possible where it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a care notification you can get, check-in notification, tag me a check-in. There's so many. Actually, tag and check-in probably not, because I think that takes you to the message itself. But like Ismail said, anything that takes you to the place or entertainment profile.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's one thing I was working on. Now, the last thing that those are complete. Like on the front end side, at least, it's ready. So when the back end makes its changes, it would reflect in this build. Now, Todd sent me a bug yesterday. Well, he sent me 2. One I had already fixed, which is the infinite load. The other one is that he was seeing duplicates, but this was happening apparently when he would send when he would receive a message on a custom topic. So you have to be the receiver to see that duplicate, which was I didn't catch it because I didn't I wasn't there on the receiver side. So that's what I'm currently looking into to see why it's causing a duplicate. Now this is only in cache, so that means if you go to lobby and back, you won't see that duplicate. So yeah, just one more tricky cache problem with custom topics that I have to figure out.
Right, I saw that one. What was there anything else within the custom topics that needed addressing?
I think that's the last one that I'm aware of.
I know there's also
he sent me a video. Let me see if that video is the same one.
Okay.
No, it doesn't want to play. Oh, I have to click on the link. Is Todd here?
Yeah, he's here.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, Todd. So remember that duplicate one that you sent me, that where you have two of them? There was something else you sent me. Oh, it was related to uploads.
Yeah, that was for uploading like a video or something, and then it wouldn't stick.
It wouldn't stick. Okay.
Yeah, Chantel also experienced that where the video didn't stay, even though I know you demoed it for us.
I know, that's weird. Yeah. I also needed to look into that. Okay.
Maybe it's Android related.
I did test it on Android, but no, I wouldn't think so. Let me see. Let me do some more testing there. But I've sent tens of, not hundreds of images / videos, and they all stick. But let me see. Maybe because they're sending it in a custom topic. It looks like here, this hackers, that's a custom topic, right, Todd?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you're right. I haven't tried any other topics. Like
So maybe it has to do with custom topic.
Chantel, when your video didn't stay, was it a custom topic? Chantel?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, it was. Okay. So yeah, it sounds like it is found.
Yeah. So it looks like we're still back to custom topics more than it is the upload.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I need to address those two behaviors.
Okay. Let me know how that goes, and then maybe you can work with Amine to get a build. Well, Amine, do we want to build when we do the build with the Lottie stuff? Do you want that one to just be separate from everything else? Like we're not going to merge it?
Yeah, we're not gonna merge it first. We're gonna just do a build to make sure everything is good. And if it's all good with the build, then we can merge it.
Okay. Will it still have the up-to-date code from where we are in development?
Yeah.
It will? Okay. So do you and Ismail need to work together on this?
I mean, once Ismail is done with his PR and it's merged with Dev, then I will pull Dev and we will be having the latest from Ismail.
Okay. So let's do that. Ismail, will you keep in touch with Amine when you need a PR review?
Yeah. So for the delay, I'm gonna have two PRs. One is gonna be for the delay / the reaction fix. I'm gonna have that. I'll send that PR over to you right now. That one is complete on the front end side. It still needs some back end work to fully function. The front end code the front end part of it is done. So here, let me send that right now as we speak. If you can review it. So that one we can merge in. Now for the other one, which is a custom topic on the uploads, I still don't want to merge it in just because of that's kind of a bigger one, and I want to make sure that QA is happy with asynchronous upload and the custom topics, and then I'll merge that in. Because like right now, let's say there was more problems with custom topics and uploads, and it was like, you know what? Let's just not go with it. I can be like, okay, it's not even merged in, no problem. But after we're 100% sure that we want to go forward with it, then I'll merge it.
Okay.
Just because it's going to be hard to revert.
Right. Okay. That sounds like a good plan. Okay, cool. Then I have
so I guess what I'm saying, I mean, just let me know when you want to if you want to create the build, just make sure to merge asynchronous uploads branch in that, or I can just create it and I'll do that for you.
What? We're gonna merge the async upload?
So you know how we create if you end up creating a build, just make sure you know how you create a separate branch for that build, like branch.
Yeah, because I will be creating a build from a branch, not from that.
Yeah. So you know how we how we agreed that every time we want to create a build, we have to create a branch, the name of the version of that build.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is, when you do that, make sure to merge async upload with it if you're going to be creating the build. It's not just if you just want me to create it, I'll do it for you. But what I'm saying is, I'm not merging async upload in dev, not yet, because it's still not stable 100%.
Me too. I'm not merging Lottie PR.
Oh, you're going to be creating it from dot. This new build is going to be the dot Lottie upgrade.
Yeah, it's not from.
Okay. Okay. So I see there's other branches that we probably need to get in. I see that you have 2 open PRs.
Yeah.
So and I have 1.
Yeah.
New one that I just sent you. So let's get those 3 in dev. And what I would recommend doing is creating let's say 2.2.12, and then you merge the Lottie to that, not into dev, and then you also merge async upload to that. That's going to be a lot of extra steps, but until we get them stable, then we can just merge them to dev and not worry about it.
Okay.
All right. Great. Okay. Let's move on. I'm running a little bit late, but real quick, Ian, are you there? Okay. You had said that you tracked some clicks, but like you didn't see the name of the person.
Yeah,
we need more.
Yeah, all I was doing so far is I can see the name of the customers that we send messages to from Tech to You, and then I checked the most recently created users in the Sircles database, and none of the names matched. It doesn't look like we'd had any signups, even except for maybe one stranger after I sent out core text messages last night. Anyway,
and if you look for JT, that was me. That was the test run that I did. But yeah, I can confirm that there are clicks, but nobody followed through.
Clicks on which button?
Clicks on at least viewing the page.
So they got to that landing page with the phone, like the image of the phone with the profile, business profile on it.
Correct. But
are you able to identify how many people landed on that page?
Let's see what I can find.
Might get better conversion if we say $10 returned to your credit card,
That's right. I forgot we talked about doing something like that.
Yeah, we have a whole design on it, which
I think we give it a little bit more time. Yesterday was a small send too. It was only like 25 people or 35, something like that.
We have, one of them went to John, so I got to exclude that one, I think. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Excluding the test, looks like 3 to Tech to You in Howe Avenue, and then 1, 2 to Tech to You La Mesa, and 1, 2 in Vegas, and then 1 in San Diego.
That's a lot. Okay, well,
yeah, that matches what I see on my end because I can see people who hit thumbs up. So that at least tells us that every person who hit thumbs up did successfully land on the landing page.
Now, Jared, do you know how many people from there tapped next?
How many from there tapped next?
Yeah, got there's that big pink button, right? Or also they could tap on the heart.
Yeah, they could tap any of that, but I don't have anything that I would have to go and dig in some of the request logs and find exactly that.
Okay, I want to have daily report, something more automated where you don't have to dig into anything.
Like a funnel, but so I ran a query just to see how many of those users converted into users in the app. Yeah. And I wasn't able to find it. It was all what I determined.
Yeah, but I still would like to know how many tapped on the button and then abandoned at the App Store, for instance, right? Because maybe none of them tapped the button, and that means we probably really do need to improve on that page. Maybe we do add the discount or something like that, or maybe they all tap the button, but then stopped at the App Store. I don't know. That would indicate something else that maybe needs to be changed.
Okay.
I guess just in general, I'd like it to be instantly available information for us to know how many clicks on the thumbs up, how many clicks on the link, and how many clicks on the next button, and how many of those people actually join. All of it, just without you having to do a bunch of research.
Right. We have big steps in the funnel. We just have to make it more granular.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So far so good though. So I also do want to make sure nothing's breaking too. That's always a possibility still. So
No, I didn't do any deployment since, but that one user, I did do a full end-to-end test with a brand new user, and I can confirm I got the onboarding flow that we intend from the new App Store version.
you did it since we did this core update that we released.
Yeah, no, I did it. I sent a video to Ian Morrow AI, and I ran it.
And you had tech to you as a profile in onboarding.
Yeah, I got Morrow to send me an SMS. I clicked the SMS. I hit thumbs up. I went to the App Store. I downloaded Sircles from the App Store. I onboarded with a new phone number, and then after I verified my phone number, I was sent to tech to you to favorite it. And then when I clicked favorite, I got the awesome, and then it proceeded with onboarding.
Excellent. Okay, I also tapped that same link, but because I have the app installed, it tried to open Sircles, but then half a second later it took me to the App Store. So it's still doing that thing.
So this is going to be fixed with when we get the
Dynamic
links, but Amine has the dynamic links that are tied to the app environment. So like the dynamic links are in a QA app build, so it's only recognizing the QA URLs. When he has a production build ready with the dynamic links built in, that will send you straight into Sircles.
I think we did them for both. Like we did QA and production as well.
I don't think it was working for me.
I did. Remember, like when we were adding domains, we said like we're having 5 domains. Like
yeah. Well, maybe John, were you on a store version?
I was.
Yeah.
Well, no, wait, was it?
It wouldn't have the dynamic links.
Yeah, I was in the store version. Yeah,
it doesn't have the dynamic links.
Right. So we're not going to worry about it because the dynamic link will end up fixing it.
Yeah.
All right, that's fine. Okay, cool. Okay, let's move forward. I can leave you guys here when I go, but let me get Wells update real quick.
Hey John, let me just give you a heads up. I need to. I'm going to be heading out about 4:30 my time. So if you need something from me, let me know. We got to make the drive to Houston. So try to leave as late as we can, but it's also a 5-hour drive. So.
Oh, right. Okay, sounds good. I want to try and get Wells PR over the finish line, and maybe someone can assist, because it's a great feature addition. I mean, I guess it's more of an improvement to feature that we need to understand, some bug fixes, but I know he's struggling with just some random little glitches. Yeah, do you want to go ahead and give us an update?
Sure, and I'm glad to say I had to work till really late yesterday to figure out all the issues and etc. But I think I got to the point where it's working to the Sircles standards of everything working beautifully. I did send you a screen recording. Let me show you guys here.
Sure.
So
that skip button, Jerry, we worked on that a couple days ago. It'll be a larger area to tap on. Remember this one right here at the top?
Yeah, and if you see, it appears only at the end and there's no jumping. So this is part of this feature as well.
Very nice.
Here, I removed it and it's connected to Jerry's new stuff. Okay. Here, I tapped on another friend, and the drawer showed up with the new users for me to get all the stuff.
Nice.
Then, if you notice, I had 7 users here.
Yeah.
I removed 1, so there are 6 there.
Okay.
So by adding 3 more, it's gonna be more than 8. So
that should be okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I added the up to the limit, and to show the message here, maximum friends reached. So you can select up to 8 friends to share with.
Well, wait, why are we setting a maximum?
Wasn't this a requirement, sir?
Say that again.
Wasn't this a requirement, like having up to 8 friends?
You can have 8 people in your circle of trust, but this is you're creating a group chat. You could create a group chat with 10 people, 15 people, or you could set it separately too. Yeah, we don't need. There is an original limit of 7 for their first list view. We bring 7 results back, but from there, if you wanted to add people, that's okay.
I see. So I will either remove the limitations or set it up. But the integration from the drawer with the screen is fine. So the new users are on the selected list here for you to send the message to these users, and also these users that were actually selected here are the ones that I'm sending it to the backend. So they are permanent suggestions to be shown here, and
so that means the next, if you remove someone here, next time you'll get somebody new that you didn't see before.
exactly.
Good. Okay, great. And
There's a search also. So the search is cool. I selected the new user. It is here. And also everything else is working. So this integration doesn't affect the other parts of the code. So if I click, for example, on if I type the message here and I send separately, it should be sent to all of these users selected.
Okay.
And if I click here, you'll see that all the messages are there.
Nice.
So all fine on that end. The only thing missing for me now is updating the fetch more. So when you scroll on the drawer to get more results, I have to update that to the new queries that we are using. And I'm also documenting everything. So if in the future we want to actually bring contacts as well, the code is here already, since this was the first implementation. So I will leave this commented here with a note saying we might use this in the future if we want to bring also contacts besides of users you're following.
Okay, good.
Yep. Yeah. Great. So with me updating the fetch more, so we can scroll the list on the drawer there, I think this would be everything. I tested thoroughly all the issues with the items popping in the flash list, and that was mainly due to how the different data was being handled there, because there were data coming from two different types of queries, and when we got that to the list, there were some parts of the list that were filtering by type and other stuff. So I did the integrations necessary with that, and basically now everything should be fine on that end. So this is 99% cool, and Jerry's endpoint seems to be working as well.
Great. So yeah, I saw our first user today on session replay use the see all button, and that was great. So it was a new user, found their way to entertainment, found their way to the trending, and then see all. And then Jerry worked on that list a little bit just to make it more reflective. But yeah, it worked. So it was great.
And yeah, if you see here, I added the new users on this test run here. So besides Tob and these, I added also Danny and Ian, and then I removed Ian and I added Danny and Jordan Baldwin. So if you see here right now on my screen on the emulator, I have now Danny and Jordan Baldwin here.
I see. So that's who it'll be next time, huh?
Yeah. So they are here for the next time.
That's pretty cool. Don't forget, I want a little space to the right of the X's.
No space right of the X. Oh yeah, for sure.
Equal space left and right. So like you have more space on the left.
Right, yeah. I did improve the tappable area here, and I will use this extra space here to the right to also be a tappable area. Perfect. I'll make sure of that.
Perfect. Okay.
Awesome. So yeah, it was really not easy, but I'm glad to see it finally coming through seamlessly, just like it was always here.
Yeah, this is going to be fantastic. It's already being used in the original form, so this will just be better. When will you be able to submit this as a PR?
In a couple hours.
Perfect. Okay, great. So yeah, Ismail, I'd like to get this one in there too. So make sure that you're communicating with Wells on his progress.
Okay, I will message him as soon as the PR is ready. I already opened a draft PR, but I will put in the screen recordings and do the final annotation on the code, removing logs and etc., making sure everything is okay, and then I will make the PR ready for review and send it to Ismail.
Fantastic. Okay, Well, great. Okay, I got to get going. So, does anybody need anything? Anybody have questions? Need a work session?
Hey, Wells, did you see my my message back to you when you sent the test?
Which
Basically just the header on the card that was shared and was sent separately. It just says that you shared it to yourself. It doesn't say shared with you.
Not sure I follow. So I clicked on the link you sent me. That's basically the for the CL. Is that right?
No, it in the message, in the Sircles message that you sent me when you were doing the texting, I sent you a reply. Message? Yeah, I did a screenshot just so it would help you see. It has your name on both sides.
Let me see. Let me share my screen so you guys see it. So shared it with Wellington. Oh, I see. Was this screenshot from this?
What, my side? Yeah.
So yeah, on my end is right. It says I shared with Chanto. Yeah.
The receiving side is wrong.
I see. Yeah, I'll have to check on how is the stuff getting into these screen. Jerry, do you think this might be something backend related? Like on the so on the send separately, I just sent a message to a couple people here, like testing, and to Chanto on her end, it's showing Wellington Almeida shared with Wellington Almeida. So I shared with myself. On my end, it's cool. It's like I shared with her.
Oh, probably this could be front end that it is a one-on-one group. So it's assuming that, yeah, it's assuming that it's the other user. Yeah, I would check it first. Check it from your side first, please.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. Just yeah. I will take a look into this one too.
Okay, that was all I had.
Yeah. Also, have you seen this before? Like, if you go to other testing that I might have done like this, like the Mad Dash. When you go to the Mad Dash, do you see like Wellington shared with Wellington?
I do.
Oh, I see.
I see it on all of them. Yeah.
I see. So this is not an issue from the new feature. This was apparently always there from the send separately. That's a good catch, Shanto. We'll look into it. Cool.
Hello.
Yep.
Can you please allow me? I'm requested to join the meeting on my phone. But I need to put my laptop on charge.
Oh, Danny's not here. That's a good one. You might have to message Danny. I know John had to drop.
Okay.
Somebody that's the organizer has to do that.
Oh, no problem. I'll continue from here.
Okay.
John also dropped. John is here now.
He might be listening in, but I know he had to head up to the office.
Okay. So I changed the image for that Panera bread so he can check it. For now, only one. I just did.
Mm-hmm.
All right, are we still gonna hang out here, or are we done?
I know I need to work on those URLs for you, Ismail. I'll have that. But I'm also potentially having something that's going to speed up our images a lot. Because I can go through Cloud Navy with the images and not our server. So we might have a breakthrough. That's kind of what I've been very quiet about all morning, but
So you're saying it'll take less than 2 seconds?
I'm thinking so.
Okay.
If I can get it right, it's looking like I'm having it to about 700 milliseconds.
That's not bad. I don't think we need a loader for that, if that is the case.
Yeah. I'm still running some tests, running into some issues, but I'm getting through it. So
that's great.
Yeah, I'll keep you posted.
Sounds good. Well, yeah, I'm just working on the custom topic bugs. Still need to get those figured out. The duplicate and the whitening media is not working, or it's just appearing. So that's what I'm going to be up to.
Cool. Okay.
Okay.
You have the scripts to work on, right, for the interviews?
Yes. Amazing.
Cool. Amine, you have anything to add?
No. I'm working on getting the bill for the dollar.
Sounds good. Yeah. Just keep in touch because we won't be able to come in and out, but keep in touch if you need.
Also, I mean, just for the other one, for the PR, let me see. Do we want to remove it at the other one as well? I was thinking it can have potential benefits of having that in terms of, let me see here. In terms of like it's a better user experience overall.
Well,
Because we can like show and hide elements.
like if you look at the code, you can clearly see that use effect, the second
Uh-huh.
will be like an infinite loop. That set internal value will be called like infinite.
You're talking about which file? So for the first one I fixed, you're talking about, let me see, we're talking about search input, right?
Yeah, in the interface list. It is the same code. Like
Yeah.
fixed there. That's why.
Yeah, I guess we'll just be the same. I thought it could help us with, yeah, I guess we don't need it, huh? Because we can just use, yeah. Okay. I'll make that change. Give me a second. It shouldn't take too long.
Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah. Now I remember where I have it. So if we're gonna do the same thing with the other one, I mean, because the UI, like the text field depends, because there's a delay when you type like a name, the letter will not show until after the debounce. That's why I added that internal value.
Wait, you saying the letter will not display before the bounce or after?
Yeah. So like, let's say you're typing in my name. So you do I, and then it would show I. It would disappear and it'll come back after 500 milliseconds.
Oh, because you added the debounce.
Yeah.
And the debounce should not be added to to the input, but like to the function that triggers the search.
The search. Okay. Let me see here. So for here, so I was trying to add it here so that it adds it to all the places that use search input instead of adding it manually to each one. You get what I'm saying?
What do you mean each like?
Like for example, the search input gets used in different places. It gets used in 14 different places.
Yeah.
So I want to add the debounce to the search input so that we don't have to go to each file and add a debounce there.
Makes sense. But so can we not like add debounce to the callback that triggers that where we want the
let me see if you have access to that callback here. We might not necessarily have access to it. Let me look at the props. So we have set value, back press. I don't see necessarily that function that the callback that actually triggers the API. I think we have that because we pass in. Well, the way this was coded is you pass in the prop and the set or the state and the set state. But I don't think whoever created this is not passing in the
inside the set state, the set value. What you're gonna do? Let me see what it's meaning.
Yeah. So if you look at search input, right, you won't find a callback to trigger the mutation here. So that's why I couldn't, because like I know what you mean. If that callback was passed here, we can just add it there, no problem. But since that callback is not added here, we have to go to each callback and set it there. Or we set it the way I have it with the extra state, which will only affect that component.
I see. So let me see, for example, where this one exactly being used.
If you want an example of like where this is used, the spotlight. Like when you go search people, spotlight, that's where.
Well, it's been used in it's been used like in 4 places. That specific info. It's used in 4 places. Let me see that spotlight. But no, I don't see a way how to have that debounce internally in the component. But how it's been that, like how the changes you introduce it, I can only see like infinite loops over 6 states going on there. That would create more leaks for sure.
The what would create? Sorry, can you repeat that?
Like I don't see. Yeah, I don't see how we're gonna have the debounce implemented internally in the search input. But the changes you did, like this, that use effect with the set internal value, that would cause like an infinite loop which
You're talking about set interval to value?
yeah,
Hmm.
which is this is how you introduce a memory leak. Is that's a value it's gonna be there forever. It's gonna be running and running again. And also like just the idea of having two states that are doing the same thing, it's always a source of trouble because
But they're not doing the same thing. One will.
they keep tracking of the value.
They keep checking it out, but one is changed instantly as the user types, and the other is gets changed like after 500 milliseconds for a better user experience.
So we don't. I don't see this like a good design.
Also, why would that use effect cause an infinite loop?
Because it will run whenever the value changes, right?
Well,
value coming in from a prop, right? And you passing it down to the sys internal value. So it will cause the search input to re-render with the new internal value, and it's gonna keep happening again and again.
But I mean, they're already at the point where dependent gets called after the debounce of value, and the inner value are going to be the same, so it technically won't cause a re-render. And I guess the best way to find out is to add a console log in there, right? And if it keeps running,
yeah,
that means we have an infinite loop. So let me add that console log and test it. I think it won't cause an infinite loop, but let me just make sure here. So this would affect people in Spotlight. And let me do. Yeah, it was only triggered once. So it didn't cause an infinite loop. Oh wait, I forgot to revert it. Sorry, give me a second. 1 second. Yeah. So yeah, I did not cause an infinite loop. We were just triggered once after I changed the value, pretty much. So we would expected, and
Ismail, are you familiar with the controlled input versus uncontrolled input terminology?
with what? But yeah, it does not cause an infinite loop. That's for sure. I can guarantee you that.
Okay, but
let me double check. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. Let me double check here. One more thing I need to check before I make that statement. Maybe add it somewhere else. Sorry, I think I had it inside the use callback. We wanted to add it inside the use effect. Make sure it does not cause an infinite loop. Yeah, it does not cause an infinite loop. Yeah, so that for sure does not cause an infinite loop.
okay, but still, like the design of this input, I don't like it because I'm not sure if you're aware of the controlled input versus
yeah.
What we are doing right now, we having both of them, like like this is a controlled and uncontrolled input, which is like you can say like a bad design should be either one.
So what you recommend is going to each one and doing it manually on the queries.
Right now, how the input is being done, yeah, because we're not gonna introduce a new state that's doing exactly the same as the other states.
Well, like I said, they're not exactly the same. They have different purposes, but okay. Okay. I mean, I guess. I mean, yeah, I know where you're coming from, which makes sense. It's, I guess, in terms of practice. But yeah, I guess I was trying to avoid doing it in 4 different or 5 different places.
Well,
but okay, let me
yeah.
take a different approach on that then.
Thinking about like I rather like add in 2, 3 different places than having 2 states exactly doing the same thing, like close to mostly doing the same thing. And with states, like I only like go and add states when it's really needed or what I'm trying to do, it's not achievable in any way. Because
Mhm.
states, yeah, it's what drives UI changes, but also what causes a lot of UI issues.
Yeah. Okay. Let me take a different approach then with this.
Okay, thank you.
All right then. I guess I'll just ping you when it's ready.
All right, thank you. I'll drop them out if anyone needs me.
Yeah. Same here.
All right, I almost have a solution on the images, Ismail. I'll ping you when it's ready.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. Talk to you later. Bye.
Thank you.